But she does not complain when he remains within eyesight cutting the bamboo. It is heavy work, and she watches him silently.
I wish, Crichton, you could work without getting so hot.
Mopping his face.
I wish I could, my lady.
He continues his labours. Taking off her oilskins.
It makes me hot to look at you.
It almost makes me cold to look at your ladyship.
Who perhaps thinks he is presuming.
Anything I can do for you in that way, Crichton, I shall do with pleasure.
Quite humbly.
Thank you, my lady.
By this time most of the bamboo has been cut, and the shore and sea are visible, except where they are hidden by the half-completed hut. The mast rising solitary from the water adds to the desolation of the scene, and at last tears run down Lady Mary's face.
Don't give way, my lady. Things might be worse.
My poor father!
If I could have given my life for his.
You did all a man could do. Indeed, I thank you, Crichton.
With some admiration and more wonder.
You are a man.
Thank you, my lady.
But it is all so awful. Crichton, is there any hope of a ship coming?
After hesitation.
Of course there is, my lady.
Facing him bravely.
Don't treat me as a child. I have got to know the worst, and to face it. Crichton, the truth.
Reluctantly.
We were driven out of our course, my lady, I fear far from the track of commerce.
Thank you. I understand.
For a moment, however, she breaks down. Then she clenches her hands and stands erect. Watching her, and forgetting perhaps for the moment that they are not just a man and woman.
You're a good Crichton, my lady.
Falling into the same error.
I shall try to be.
Extricating herself.
Crichton, how dare you?
I beg your ladyship's pardon, but you are.
She smiles, as if it were a comfort to be told this even by Crichton.
And until a ship comes we are three men who are going to do our best for you ladies.
With a curl of the lip.
Mr. Ernest does no work?
Cheerily.
But he will, my lady.
I doubt it.
Confidently, but perhaps thoughtlessly.
No work, no dinner will make a great change in Mr. Ernest.
No work, no dinner? When did you invent that rule, Crichton?
Loaded with bamboo.
I didn't invent it, my lady. I seem to see it growing all over the island.
Disquieted.
Crichton, your manner strikes me as curious.
Pained.
I hope not, your ladyship.
Determined to have it out with him.
You are not implying anything so unnatural, I presume, as that if I and my sisters don't work, there will be no dinner for us?
Brightly.
If it is unnatural, my lady, that is the end of it.
If? Now I understand. The perfect servant at home holds that we are all equal now. I see.
Wounded to the quick.
My lady, can you think me so inconsistent?
That is it.
Earnestly.
My lady, I disbelieved in equality at home because it was against nature, and for that same reason I as utterly disbelieve in it on an island.
Relieved by his obvious sincerity.
I apologize.
Continuing unfortunately.
There must always, my lady, be one to command and others to obey.
Satisfied.
One to command, others to obey. Yes.
Then suddenly she realizes that there may be a dire meaning in his confident words.
Crichton!
Who has intended no dire meaning.
What is it, my lady?
But she only stares into his face and then hurries from him. Left alone, he is puzzled, but being a practical man, he busies himself gathering firewood, until Tweeny appears excitedly carrying cocoanuts in her skirt. She has made better use than the ladies of her 3 minutes' grace for dressing. who can be happy even on an island if Crichton is with her.
Look what I found.
Coconuts! Bravo!
They grows on trees.
Where did you think they grew?
I thought as how they grew in rows on top of little sticks.
Wrinkling his brows.
Oh, Tweeny, Tweeny!
Anxiously.
Have I offended of your feelings again, sir?
A little.
In a despairing outburst.
I'm full of vulgar words and ways, and I thought I may keep 'em in their roles when you are by. As soon as I'm by myself, out they comes in a rush like beetles when the house is dark. I says them gloating like, in me head. Bloomin', I says, and all my eye, and ginger, and nothink. And all the time we was being wrecked I was praying to myself, please the Lord it may be an island as it's natural to be vulgar on.
A shudder passes through Crichton, and she is abject.
That's the kind I am, sir. I'm hopeless. You better give me up.
She is a pathetic, forlorn creature, and his manhood is stirred. Wondering a little at himself for saying it.
I won't give you up. It is strange that one so common should attract one so fastidious, but so it is.
Thoughtfully.
There is something about you, Tweeny. There is a je ne sais quoi about you.
Knowing only that he has found something in her to commend.
Is there? Is there? Oh, I am glad.
Putting his hand on her shoulder like a protector.
We shall fight your vulgarity together.
All this time he has been arranging sticks for his fire.
Now get some dry grass.
She brings him grass, and he puts it under the sticks. He produces an odd lens from his pocket, and tries to focus the sun's rays.
Why, what's that?
The ingenious creature.
That's the glass from my watch, and one from Mr. Treherne's, with a little water between them. I'm hoping to kindle a fire with it.
Properly impressed.
Oh, sir!
After one failure the grass takes fire, and they are blowing on it when excited cries near by bring them sharply to their feet. Agatha runs to them, white of face, followed by Ernest.
A danger, Crichton, a tiger cat.
Getting his cutlass.
Where?
It is at our heels.
Look out, Crichton.
Shh!
Treherne comes to his assistance, while Lady Mary and Catherine join Agatha in the hut.
It will be on us in a moment.
He seizes the hatchet and guards the hut. It is pleasing to see Ernest is no coward.
Listen.
The grass is moving. It's coming.
It comes, but it is no tiger cat. It is Lord Loam crawling on his hands and knees, a very exhausted and dishevelled peer, wondrously attired in rags. The girls see him, and with glad cries rush into his arms.
Father!
Mary! Catherine! Agatha! Oh dear! My dears! My dears! Oh dear!
Darling!
Sweetest.
Love.
Glad to see you, sir.
Uncle! Uncle, dear old uncle!
For a time such happy cries fill the air, but presently Treherne is thoughtless.
Ernest thought you were a tiger cat.
Stung somehow to the quick.
Oh, did you? I knew you at once, Ernest. I knew you by the way you ran.
Ernest smiles forgivingly. Venturing forward at last.
My lord, I am glad.
With upraised finger.
But you are also idling, Crichton.
Making himself comfortable on the ground.
We mustn't waste time. To work, to work.
After contemplating him without rancour.
Yes, sir.
He gets a pot from the hut and hangs it on a tripod over the fire, which is now burning brightly.
Ernest, you be a little more civil. Crichton, let me help.
He is soon busy helping Crichton to add to the strength of the hut. Gazing at the pot as ladies are said to gaze on precious stones.
Is that, but I suppose I'm dreaming again.
Timidly.
It isn't by any chance a pot on top of a fire, is it?
Indeed it is, dearest. It is our supper.
I have been dreaming of a pot on a fire for 2 days.
Quivering.
There's nothing in it, is there?
Sniff, uncle.